Hello and welcome to episode 7 of this self-hosting series. Today we're going to be talking about dashboards. This is the dashboard that I use. It is called Homer Dashboard, and it is my favorite, but a close runner-up is Dashy Dashboard. So here's the GitHub page for that. I'm just going to scroll down to a GIF where it just gives you a quick demo. So you can see what Dashy Dashboard looks like, how you can change the layout, its icon size, and the themes of it. I'll just let this play through a little bit here. So yeah, that was a close runner-up for me. The one I prefer is Homer, and this is how I have mine set up right here. So first we're going to go ahead and install it using Docker, and we're just going to copy this run command, open up LeafPad to edit it a little bit. Let's give it a name here. We'll just call it Homer. Set the port it's going to run on. We're going to set it to 875 and set our volume. And we're going to set it to the place where we have been storing the configs for all of our other Docker containers. Shares, Docker. And then we'll give it its own folder, Homer. Restart always. I like to set this to unless stopped, so we're going to change it. And then to make sure we have the right user and file permissions, we're going to change our UID and GID. I believe that should be it. So let's copy that command. And now let's SSH into our server and run the command. So it's up and running. Now all we need to do is type in the IP address in the web browser with the port number, and we should see our Homer demo dashboard. There we go. So there's a few things in it just for you to see how it looks and works, but we're going to change or walk through the config file and see what we can change and how it shows up here. So for that, we need to go to the folder where we stored that. So shares, Homer, this should be it. There it is. So we will just micro the config file here, full screen. And so these are the different settings you can set for it. We got the title. We'll save that. We'll go back here, and then this should change when I refresh it. There it is. We have a subtitle, Homer, and we can see that would change that there. You can also just put empty quotes if you want to get rid of that. You can see it disappeared. You can change the logo. That would change that there. What else can we change? We can just completely remove the header by specifying false. Let's refresh and see that disappear. And the next thing in there that I saw was the footer. So it looks like we can remove that as well. Let's put some blank quotes there and see if that disappears. And it does. So what else do we have here? Themes. So you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. We're not going to go through changing all these, but you can just pick different colors for each of these different items in the theme, and you can set your theme's names here. And then in your dashboard here, clicking this button is what changes between those two different color schemes. These are the two that I have set. I think this one's a Dracula theme. I'm not sure what this option is where it's a split circle. So that's light, that's dark. And then you have this one. I'm not sure what that is, if that changes based on time of day between light and dark, or what that option is. I'd have to check his GitHub page to find out what this option actually does, because I do not know. So we have some other options in the config. You can set a message, and you can click this link to find out information on different styling options. Okay, and then we have the nav bar. So that is what I have used to just put frequently used websites up there to easily click on them. So that's what shows up here. What you'd want to put more sites right in here. And then the meat and potatoes of the dashboard would be your applications or your services down here. And for that, let's add one here. So we'll add a new group. We'll name this one networking. Or just network. We won't set an icon. We'll just put blank quote and items. We'll do router. So we have a spot to click on to give us access to our router. Logo, we're just going to do blank quotes for now. Subtitle. A tag. Just put test in there. I'll show you what that does. And then the URL. All right, let's save that and we'll refresh. Now you can see it show up here. You can see that little tag we set shows up there too. If we click on this, it's going to bring us to this link, and that's our router. Now what that tag does is basically it just acts like a search term, because Homer acts like a application launcher. So if you hit / and then just start typing, I'll just start typing test, and then I can hit enter. And it's like I said, it works like an application launcher. So I guess this example doesn't really work too great because there's not many things in there. But if you have a big list of a lot of different services and you just want to type in because you don't want to look through your whole list, like if I wanted to launch lighter, I can just type in lid, hit enter. There it is. Go back, hit escape, brings me back to the full list again. So that is outlined on the GitHub page here. Keyboard shortcuts. So you can see / start searching, escape stop searching, enter open the first matching result, and alt or option and enter open the first matching result in a new tab. And just hitting enter respects target. So that is the other thing in the config file. You can set target to like blank and it will open up in a new tab or window, however your browser is set. So the one thing with Homer is it does require this type of manual configuration, whereas some other ones like Organizer, you could configure it all through the user interface. I don't really have a problem with that. The one thing that I do find a little bit of a pain with Homer Dashboard though is getting the logos. So I don't know, you can tell me if there is a better way to get the logo. Just leave a comment down below. I'd actually really appreciate it if I would be told of an easier way to do it, but I'm going to show you how I've been doing it, which is basically just searching for uh, an icon image and then downloading it. So like say for we want a router icon, I just search in Google Images router icon, and I would then go and get this icon. Actually, what I'm looking for is the link for it. So what we're gonna then do is use wget to download the link or the image. We have to put it in the icon. We can put it in the icons folder. So we'll just name it router.png, and we'll download that into it. Now if we ls, we can see up here router.png, and so that downloaded this image into this folder here, into the icon folder. Now we'll back out, we'll go back into micro the config file, and then we'll tell it to use that image as the icon for the router here. So that was in icons and then router.png. We save that. We'll go back to here. It didn't work. Okay, so one of the things that I found is that this actually, the directory for some reason needs to be set to assets slash icons router if that's where you're saving them to. And now if I refresh, you can see this icon here is listed here. So now I have painstakingly done that process for every single one of these logos. Like I said, it is a little bit of a pain. I know some dashboards actually automatically set the application icon for you for more of these popular services. So I'm not sure how it does that or what it's using to accomplish that, but Homer doesn't do that. You have to, as far as I know, do it manually. If you know of a better way than what I just showed you, though, please, please, please do let me know. But that is what I have been doing. A little bit of a little work to get it set up to look nice, but once you get your applications in there, you're really not changing it much. So that's how it looks. Like I said, you can choose between the different themes here. These are the two themes that I have set that I use, and then also the layout button here, which just organizes it more into rows this way, and the other one organizes it more into columns this way. So that's the basic rundown of the Homer dashboard. We check in on the awesome self-hosted list. We search for dashboards. You can see there's quite a few other ones. There's Dash Machine, Dashy, which was the one that I said was the runner-up for me personally. Heimdall, hope I'm saying that right. Homepage, Homer, the one that we went through here today that I prefer. Organizer. Might have skipped over some. Those are some of the ones that I had tested out though. And so if you want to look, this is all just about personal preference. I mean, you don't even need a dashboard. You can just save all these links into a um, like a browser bookmarks as browser bookmarks instead of running on a dashboard form. I like to have the dashboard because the application launcher feature is pretty nice, where you can just hit um, / start typing and hit enter. Your application launches. Also nice and handy just to have your frequented websites up here. And then yeah, the way mine is laid out, I have it organized. You can see how it's organized. I'm not going to explain that, but then down here I have network, and then the two servers that I have running, which is one is on the Rock Pro 64 and the other is running on a ThinkCenter. And yeah, I could probably move like this WireGuard one and the Pi-hole one over to network. But for now, they're actually running on the Rock 64, so I keep them under that grouping for now. But when you, if you choose to run a dashboard, you can organize it however you see fit, whatever works for you. This is just how I have mine set up. So that does it for dashboards here today. I just want to thank you again for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.